everybody. Take 10 with Shane and Michelle.
Woo, woo!
And we are not here to talk about the Buckeyes,
We're
although
not.
we will be later.
But if you're Buckeye fans, let us know. Give us an IO in the comments. So
we're here to talk about what, Shane?
we actually watched it somewhat together.
Yes.
The Golden Bachelorette and how Joan is doing.
Week 3,
oh
right?
my gosh, week 3, yep. And oh my gosh, so we had 2 one-on-ones and a group date.
Yes, a typical Bachelor Nation fashion, the group date. It started with a one-on-one date with Pascal, our Frenchman.
Okay. You were wondering, you didn't really know, but
no, I'm gonna let me review what I said about him last week. Okay, what I said about him. Plug for our we combine weeks 1 and 2 together. Everybody, we've been busy, but we're back on track. I said he was high maintenance. He's definitely, into himself, all of these things.
Yep.
I knew nothing about him other than how he's portrayed himself.
Now, I think, now that we know his backstory.
Oh, it's all over social. That's like, why is America falling in love with Pascal? That's what,
So, he lived with several people in one room, 2 in a bed. He didn't get much love from his family, his parents growing up. He came to America to try to, better himself, which they all do, immigrants.
The story about his shoes were worn
That's what I was going to say.
Dad put the cardboard in the bottom of the shoes.
Exactly what I was going to say. The dad said, here you go. He goes, Dad, I got a hole in this one. He goes, he comes back, I'll take care of you. Comes back with a piece of cardboard and shoes. Yeah. So we all should be very fortunate that we've lived the lives that we have. And,
for sure.
And so he is living his
America's
best
the
life.
land of opportunity.
He's living his best life.
He is. He's a salon owner, 69. He's on the older side of her suitors.
But he was fun.
He was fun.
That was a fun date.
They flew. Oh, it was so funny. So they pick him up in like the limo, and they go to the little regional airport, and it's a jet. And Pascal was like, I'm going to like this girl. She already knows he likes the finer things in life. So
I think she does too.
I think she does, but I think he was enamored by that. They flew to Las Vegas, and they just had a really nice time.
I love the changing show that came out of Sonny and Cher, and they came out.
They had a
really good time. And then I swear, and I've seen this on social media too, Wayne Newton did look like a cardboard thing when they took a picture.
Okay, here's what the deal with Wayne Newton. All right, so
oh my gosh, it was so funny.
His face is frozen in time, and that takes a hell of a lot of work and effort to maintain that. Botox and all that.
How old is he?
Wayne Newton is probably
we have a fact finder on the side.
I think he's 82.
All right, we'll see.
You know how I know that?
How?
Because when I did the last 2 80th birthday parties planned for my father-in-law and my mother-in-law, at the beginning of their photo montage, I would put what celebrities turned 80 the same year they did.
He's 82. Fact checkers.
Woo, woo.
All right, fact checkers.
See?
We got fact checkers here.
I know, because I featured Wayne Newton 2 years ago when my father-in-law turned 80.
82. Okay, so that was, I will have to say, that completely, I love Pascal now.
Pascal is, okay, I like him. I think he's going to go far.
All right.
I don't think he's it.
All right, well, let's keep going. So then, there was the group date.
Yeah.
And,
kickball.
And what really surprised me is how emotional Jonathan got that he was on the group date. Because
he didn't. He was
not on the group date because he wanted the group date, but he got the individual, and he was a little emotional about that because he didn't know if he was ready.
He wasn't ready. He said he didn't want to stand out, be vulnerable.
But let's stop that for a second.
Yeah.
They were all very vulnerable with Charles talking to Dr. Guy about his wife and bleeding in the mouth. I mean, that was
he needed closure. No doctor had ever told him. He felt a lot of guilt and responsibility that he could have done something more. His wife, it was a sudden death of a brain aneurysm. So, didn't see it coming, of course.
But
so
what a moment.
Yeah, that was a really sweet moment. Guy, the ER doctor from the East Coast, I believe he's from, She likes him too.
Yeah, I like him too.
He's probably going to get a date card maybe next week.
All right, so the kickball was fun, but what the most hysterical part of it is all the injuries. Joan did get him a massage the next day, which was absolutely
They were wanting to ice
hysterical.
themselves. They had a great time. The blue team won and got a cocktail party with Joan. That's what happened.
And they stayed at the stadium, which was nice, and then she just went around.
Yeah.
And then she got really emotional because her mom is 92, and she's her caregiver, and she's ill, which we all know how that is. We're caregivers.
Exactly. So her mind was elsewhere, but she shared a lot with them. The group date rose. Of course, she gave Pascal a rose. We didn't talk about that.
Pascal got a rose, yeah.
The group date rose went to Gil.
Gil
is, okay. You guys are watching this and you've seen everything about Gil. You and I haven't talked about Gil. So.
What about Gil?
Gil ain't going to be sticking around because Gil's got a past.
Oh.
If you've read that, comment below what you think about Gil, the educator. Shane, it has something to do with restraining orders.
Oh, okay. Well, Gil might be gone the next
Gil
time.
might be gone.
But
anyway.
Here's the thing. She doesn't know. She may not know those things either. You know, it's
not when it was filmed. Not that particular
she's
time.
Not gonna know that.
Yeah, so she doesn't.
All right.
No, she doesn't know that. Okay.
All right. So
group
now,
date number one-on-one number 2.
One-on-one number 2 was with Jonathan, who was a little weary about going on the one-on-one.
Oh, he was our prom king, by the way.
Prom king, and they had a great time horseback riding.
They did.
Neither one of them had kind of been on a horse. And
she had been wary of horses because she was bitten when she was younger. He had never been on a horse. They had a wonderful date. They had
a great opening conversation-wise. He did get the rose.
He got the rose. He opened up to her. She says, you don't have to feel like not worthy anymore to do something like this. So that was great. He had talked about how his wife woke up in the morning and said, we're getting a divorce. He's like, just out of left field.
Yeah.
So he was really touched by her. Shane, I think that was great. There were a lot of other really sweet moments throughout this one where she basically walked into the mansion room, the living room where they all gather, and she said, gentlemen, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not 100% ready to, find someone, but I want love in my life, and I may never be 100%, and everybody needs to know that right now. And they were so supportive of her saying that. So she was she says, these guys, she goes, I'm not worthy of these guys. She made that comment. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So she is really, she said, oh, we haven't even talked about him yet.
What?
Who? Gary. Okay, guys, watch last week. We have comments and opinions. We were like, ABC, listen up.
Gary.
What possibly good or positive for the franchise, mind you, could come out of asking Gary Turner to show up? I don't know. We already said, you must know, you follow the metrics. He came. They handled it well.
It was a sweet moment.
It was a sweet moment. She said she and Gary are friends, I don't know. I mean, whatever. We all know she left the Golden Bachelor early because of family issues.
Well, this is what I was thinking when I was like, of course they only give you snippets on there, but it's like, oh no, is he going to come and say,
I'm going to be part of the group?
Yes, that's what I was worried.
Okay, everybody, if that had happened, you would not have seen another review from us.
Oh my gosh.
If that had happened, we would have been shut it down.
I'm so glad that didn't happen.
We're done.
Yeah.
But it didn't. All right, so that was great. Yeah.
So we get to the part that you talk about, and she's filling her heart, and then she goes and she has to do. I don't know how she's going to make it to the end.
With the roses. She's making connections with all the guys. Some of them aren't love connections, but they're just like genuine like
sweet friend connections.
Sweet friend connections. So she is struggling. She gave out 3 roses, and she had to send 3 home. And I was not. I'm going to tell you right now. I pretty much picked all 3 that were getting sent home.
They were.
CK had no airtime.
Right.
Greg, I don't know. I just didn't see him moving very far.
Yeah.
And Kim, the Navy pilot who did the song, by the way.
He really liked her, though.
He was really, he was the one that I think was probably the most, I'm not going to say negative, but they showed him a lot kind of feeling a little bit miffed about things.
Yeah.
I think she sensed that, and she sent him packing. Yeah. Not in a mean way, of course. No,
but I don't know if he was her type anyway.
Yeah. And Mark was the last one to get the rose. They're doing that up for the drama, for sure. Mark's probably going on a date next week. That's my prediction.
All right.
Mark and Guy, but we know Shane. And okay, you and I didn't talk about this because I watched it. I didn't watch the last 30 seconds. I went to bed last night. You watched it.
Yeah.
Why are they doing this like Chippendales like strip thing for next week? No. I don't know. See that.
I know. I'm anxious to see how that's going to go.
Okay, ABC. We always talk about how we're marketing people here. Could we get some new material and new things to do week 4?
Yeah.
This is their template, Shane.
Yeah.
This is their script. It'll probably be hilarious, but whatever. I mean.
Well, yeah. Can you? Anyhow. Oh, guys, do it. Well, whatever.
It'll be fun.
So anyhow, so they went packing. We saw the previews for next week, but the one thing that I wanted to say, and I think you feel this too. This one, I think, is almost even more emotional from the men than the Golden Ladies.
Oh, 100%.
I am just really surprised. I'm happy. Like, they're all getting along. Poor Pascal's paying people to cook for him and clean for him and do whatever.
Oh, that's going to get good with him.
He said, well, this is a mansion. I thought it would have a maid and a cook in it.
Yeah, he's great. I am really getting into his persona now.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
So we're having a lot of fun. We hope you're having a lot of fun.
Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel.
We're trying to get to 1,000, guys.
We are, and we're trying to come to you weekly with these. We will. I mean, we both have jobs where we travel a lot. Sometimes we're going to combine weeks. It's just how it is. But we're going to do our best to try to review weekly, get it out there. So Shane, you know what time? Our coffee's almost done. We are walking from our little place we rented to, it's called the Shoe, everybody. The Ohio State University, everybody. Go Bucks.
Woo-hoo, go Bucks. This is the Iowa game. So cheers. We're going to give you a quick review, too, from the Shoe.
Make all your moments magical.
From the Shoe and beyond, guys.
Take 10.
Bye.